Hi friends, welcome to this pre-market analysis of Nifty, where on a chart we try to make informed guesses of where buyers and sellers are. So this is Nifty on a daily time frame, and as you can see, this was a monthly resistance that we had drawn. Nifty opened well above it and sold off. It was a pretty easy trade if you were an intraday trader. As you can see, it opened and it was a sell-off until this bullish fair value gap that we had drawn. So from open, if you had sold until at least the top of this fair value gap and you had trailed your stop loss, it would have been a great trade. Now let's go and delete all the previous day's analysis and start afresh. Starting with the monthly time frame. So for any new viewers, this is an indicator that I am testing, and this is the manual bias table that I have been using for a long time. So we just testing the indicator. I do this manually, and then at the end of the day, end of the analysis, I just compare what if the indicator is doing right. I'll perhaps test it for some more time and then get away with the manual analysis. So on a monthly time frame, the bias is not sure. Why is it not sure? Because Nifty had been creating higher lows for the last few months, but then this candle, the March candle, invalidated this low, and that's the reason I do not have a bias on Nifty now. Are there any important levels? So this swing low is an important level. That's what I had marked previously. I mean yesterday. So you see, it broke, got a close below this. It could retest here and then could be the next leg of fall. So it should ideally make a swing high and then fall. So there's also a fair value gap here. Is there a fair value gap? No, there is no fair value gap. Sorry, my bad. So this level is now a liquidity zone, and it's a magnet for the price to move there and take up that liquidity. So that's what's happening now. And the last station of the bias is this swing low that was in April 2025. Let me mark it in green. So these are only the two important levels in on a monthly time frame. We just move this here. So the bias is not sure. Now moving over to the weekly time frame. On a weekly time frame, there are the bias is bearish. It is going to stay bearish for a long time until and unless Nifty goes and takes all-time high, because this swing high is what is keeping it bearish, and this is a lower high. It might look equal, but this is actually lower than this high, so it is lower high is bearish. So that's it. And until the weekly candle closes, there's a bullish fair value gap here, but I'll mark it tomorrow. Going over to the daily time frame. On a daily time frame, Nifty is, I do not know. It is not sure. When I said I do not know, I mean I do not have a bias on Nifty, a definitive bias on Nifty, because you see, this was a swing. This was a swing high. That high was taken, and this was a swing low. That low was also taken. So there's neither a swing high, neither a higher low nor a lower high formation. But now here I have a fair value gap that I can mark up here. And is there a swing high in a fair value gap? Yes, there is a swing high inside a fair value gap. That's again a strong liquidity zone. So let me just mark it up. And well, yes, so that's it. That's that. And let's go to the 4-hour time frame. There are a few more things I could mark, but I do not want to mark it and complicate things a lot. Let's keep it simple. On the 4-hour time frame, Nifty, I'm not sure of a bias again, because you see this swing high was taken, and this is a swing low, and this last candle is lower than the previous one, so it's technically not a swing low. A swing needs to be defined by three candles. A swing high or a swing low is a three candle formation. So basically, if you look here, it's a swing low because the candle in the middle is the low of the candle in the middle is lower than the low of the candle on either side. So that is how you define a swing low. So I cannot define that here. So it is not sure on a 4 hour time frame. And let's go to the hourly time frame. On an hourly time frame, it is bearish. This is a swing high, and then this is another swing high. Interestingly, as you can see on an hourly time frame, if you had another trade here, you had another trade here today. Where is the box? You see, this was a bearish fair value gap that was created. What happens when a fair value gap is created? Nifty all inevitably tries to swing into it. There was a sting into it, and then if you had bought puts or sold Nifty, it just got sold off again. So it was an interesting trade again. So, but the best trade was what we defined yesterday. Opened here, sold off until this fair value gap, until the fair value gap here. So that was a good trade. So it's one of those days where I might just stay out of the market. It doesn't make not much incentive in staying in the market, because now Nifty has reached a monthly resistance level. It could consolidate here for some time. It could make some violent movements in this area for some time, or it could get sold off entirely. We don't know. So let's wait and watch. I will at least wait and watch. That's it for today. Once again, I'm not a certified analyst, and I do this just for educational purpose. Thank you.